Hi Paul Prince, back this time for the Pick a Pile reading. I do read for the collective, so that means some bits may resonate, all of it may resonate, or none of it may resonate. I also read with intuition, so I read with what I feel and see I'm picking up within the cards. If any of you watching ever want to send me any cards to keep my readings new and fresh, I will have a wish list linked in the description below. The question of today's Pick a Pile reading will be, why are they acting that way? So whoever you're watching for, whether that be yourself or someone else, it's why are they acting that way? Whichever the situation is you're thinking about. So whichever pile you feel resonated to, you pick that one. So we have the Gay Tarot with the moon backs. We have the Steampunk Tarot with all the cogs and gears. We have the Royo Tarot with the like temple background, and then we have the Fire Tarot with the phoenixes. So we're going to start with the Gay Tarot. So, why are they acting the way they are? Why are they acting the way they are? Why are they acting the way they are? So, okay. So what I'm feeling with this is they've done enough now for... I'm feeling like this is to do with children. They've done enough for their children, enough for... Well, no, not necessarily other children, like friends or people around them. People they've felt like they've had to baby in a way. Like they've kind of had to be the mother of the group. Like, I feel like they have done enough now. They're kind of... let the birds fly the nest, whether that's friends or something, or colleagues, like someone you've had to baby, they've had to baby. It's literally they're now pushing them on their way and kind of focusing more on themselves because they've had enough. They've sat back, been patient, kind of learned. Now they're ready to build stuff, a future for themselves. They've kind of now looking at what they want and kind of doing more things themselves, and they've found a way to, if someone lashes out like this isn't fair, you're being like this, they're being like this, they have found a way that they can dodge out the way of the drama and the conflict and any backlash they're getting. They're kind of having a break for themselves and living a little bit is what I'm seeing they are doing in this. So I'm going to get some guidance and advice about this situation upon moving forward with it. So some guidance and advice. Some guidance and advice. Some guidance and advice. Some guidance and advice. Okay, so they need to not be afraid to accept help or either criticism or someone trying to help improve them in their life. There's a difference from someone attacking you and someone trying to give you advice and guidance. Kind of listen to them, and if you feel like you're being attacked, listen a little bit more, and if it really is being attacked, tell them to fuck off. If they're making a valid point, kind of take that on board and kind of weave it into the way you're being. Still be the way you're being, but kind of weave it in, and it'll kind of help you perfect. When I say you, I mean them. But it's like they they need to weave it into what they're doing, kind of to improve their new craft per se. So that's what I'm picking up with the Gay Tarot. Nice and quick. So now we're going to move on to the Steampunk Tarot, which are these ones with the cogs. So why are they acting that way? Why are they acting the way they are? Why are they acting the way they are? Okay. So they are making a change. They're making the change because something has happened in their life where they were being lied to and feeling helpless, and they've kind of got up and said, you know what, I'm not standing for this no more, and they're kind of no longer sitting back. They're kind of... So I'll give you an example. So let's say you're in a relationship and you're not doing anything as a couple. You're like, you know what, fuck you, I'm not doing this no more. I'm going to go make time for myself. If you're not going to make time for me, I'm going to make time for myself. And they're kind of getting up and making the time for themselves. They're kind of appreciating themselves now. It's like they've been waiting and waiting for someone to appreciate them. Now they're going to appreciate themselves, and they're kind of coming up with ways for themselves to feel much more appreciated even within themselves. And they're feeling a lot more happy and balanced within their emotions. They're feeling a lot more happy within themselves. So I want to get some guidance and advice with moving forward with this one. So some guidance and advice. So some guidance and advice moving forward. Some guidance and advice with moving forward. Okay. So, I don't feel like this is going to work out how they really planned, and I feel like they're going to have to go backwards and kind of rework it and kind of rethink the way they're being, because it's not going to turn out. They think they're happy right now and they feel balanced, but things are going to get in the way they haven't kind of planned for. And the really thing with them moving on is now balancing a difference from being now selfish themselves and not making time for anybody else, and they need to be able to balance not being selfish but also making time and having the respect for themselves, because them now being selfish makes them as bad as the people that aren't bothering with them, because they're no longer bothering with people that are bothering with them, if that makes sense. Just because someone isn't bothering you doesn't mean just because someone's not bothering with them doesn't mean that they should cut everybody else off. They should just fuck the people that haven't got the time for them off and still care about the people that do. It's kind of, they need to focus on not getting overwhelmed by doing new stuff for themselves. They kind of need to make sure they're not going to hurt someone in the process. So that's what I'm getting for the Steampunk deck. Next is the Royo Dark Tarot deck, the one with like the jungle background. So why are they acting the way they are? Why are they acting the way they are? Why are they acting the way they are? Okay. So I'm feeling like they're happy in their life. They're very happy within themselves. They're happy within their life. Things are going the way they've wanted it to go. And they're very happy with the way things are going for themselves. I feel like they have a lot of support behind them. But they've still got a few issues coming their way. But they're managing to deal with them. They're feeling a lot more secure and happy and very able to deal with the issues at hand. And it's very balanced right now. And I'm feeling... They're feeling much more luxurious, sort of sexy within themselves, if that makes sense. Like with the things they do, they're much more confident. When I say sexy, they're much more confident in doing things. They're much more happy. So there's a lot of they've got a lot more stability now. So they're much more satisfied and happy. So I want to get some guidance and advice on moving forward with that. Some guidance and advice for moving forward. Some guidance and advice for moving forward. Some guidance and advice for moving forward. These are nice, quick and easy readings, these ones. Sometimes it's nice just to have a quick, easy reading than a long, lengthed out one, because not all of us have the time. So, some guidance and advice moving forward. So things are still going to be going good. They're going to be... I'm feeling like from now to the next 6 months, they're not really going to have much of issues, to be fair. They're going to be able to put that kind of the weapons away. They're not going to have to be bickering and fighting. They're going to feel very strong. They're going to feel very independent. They're going to feel very protective of themselves. They're also going to be one with their own emotions and feel very happy. And like, even if they get upset about something petty, it's not really going to bother them. It's going to be like water off a duck's back. They're going to be... I feel like they're going to start to come out their own comfort zone. They're going to find new things to do and kind of find new ways of life because they've now found this new self-confidence. They're now going to be able to wield it and put it towards things they like to do, is what I'm feeling is going to be happening for them. So for this one, I'm feeling like there's quite a lot of good things coming up for them. Stuff that's happened in the past, the reason that everything's going happy now is they've kind of took their wounds and took the wounds and scars and made them like tattoos. Something they wear as a pride for people to see. They're not a victim, they're a victor, I'm feeling. So that's what I'm getting with this one of why they're acting the way they are. So lastly, we're going to use the Fire Tarot, which is the ones with the phoenixes on the back. So why are they acting the way they are? 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 Okay, so... Okay, so they're being very stupid, I'm feeling like right now. Like, most people are seeing them being as stupid, like, they're kind of playing with fire, I'm feeling like. That's what people are making them out to, but it's because they've been hurt, so they're kind of having to have this kind of bitch cold attitude. Like, they're trying to be more vocal, and it's like stuff's got so bad and the fire's got so hot, it's now starting to erupt to the point where they're not taking it no more. So they're coming across like the cunt, when actually everyone else has been a cunt to them and they've put up with it for too long, and they're kind of it's not to the point where it's gonna affect them badly, but it's like you can't cut a diamond. Even though they're getting said stuff to them that's hurting, it's not going to put them down. It's not going to stop them being them. And they're kind of having to split people up. They're kind of having to split things up. They're kind of having to kind of split between what's good and bad in their life. And they're coming across like a cunt for it. And people are thinking they're being stupid for just running into it. But the thing is, they're not just running in to change things. This has been going on a long time for them. So they are only now speaking up and actually like, whoa, where did this come from? Or, you haven't been like this in a long time, you must have been pushed. But to everyone else that doesn't see them like this, they're thinking, well, this is out of the ordinary, they're a bit of a bitch, aren't they? It's that sort of thing. So I want to get some guidance and advice with them moving forward with this, because to be honest, I don't fucking blame them with the way this sounds, because people communicate so much. We're only human at the end of the day. So guidance and advice for moving forward. Guidance and advice for moving forward. Guidance and advice for moving forward. So, exactly what I thought. So they are right in doing what they're doing, because they are kind of putting out the fire, and it's going to going to kind of make it harden it. It's going to kind of put it into stone. People are they're fighting fire with water instead of fire with fire. They are putting out the flames that come in their way. It's like someone's being sneaky and kind of trying to be like they're doing good for them, but they're not actually doing good for them. They are actually trying to add to the fire. Like the people that are being sneaky to them are adding to the fire, so they are kind of trying to cover the fire and put it out, and they're kind of trying to redirect what they're doing out of the way. They're kind of redirecting it off of them and kind of back at them, so they can kind of have a taste of their own medicine, but they're doing it in their own way that kind of levels it out and kind of evens it out. So I feel like they're on the right path. They're doing the right thing and kind of flushing the shit away, basically. It's like anything that's shit, they're pushing out of the way, and anyone, like, literally, there's a sly fox and they're moving it back to where they're being sneaky, so they're moving it out the way. So they need to keep doing what they're doing because it's really good for what they are doing and it's healthy. And if you're seeing someone being like this, just know they're not being a cunt. And if they're being a cunt to you and you think they're being a cunt to you, maybe you should think what you're doing to them or how you've treated them to make, because you could be, there could be two reasons they're acting like a cunt to you, if this is about someone else, is A, you've caught them on a bad day, like everything's built up and you've just caught the backlash of it, or B, you're part of the cause of it. Or if it's you, just know you're on the right track. So that's what I've got for this reading's pick a pile. Thanks for watching.